Okay, so today we are talking about tusklessness in the elephants. So if you missed the class today or you're trying to work ahead, either one, this should be very useful to you. So this is where we are. You should have the data sheet in your hands. If I go to my copy, things that we need to point out. The first question is simply asking what are the places that they looked at, which is at the top of this table. What did they look at? From all three sites, what was the total number killed for their ivory? So we want to count any time ivory was taken is counted as killed for their ivory. So if I look at the very first line, it says meat and ivory poached, and I look to total number killed. 5 were killed in Lower Zambezi, 27 were killed here, 50 were killed here. And meat intact but ivory poached, which means they didn't even touch the meat, they just ripped out their tusk and left them. So we're looking here, and again here, and again there. Add up all of those numbers. That is how many were killed just for their ivory. Got that? Then it says, what is a total numbered, what is the percentage compared to the total number killed, basically. So then I go all the way down, see total number illegally killed. I'm looking at 19, 129, and 139. I add up all three of those numbers. Now I have two numbers. One is just the ivory, elephants killed for ivory. The second number is total number killed. How do I get a percent? Seriously, how do I get a percent? If I tell you you got 15 out of 20 on the last test, what do? You pull up your calculator. If I take 15 and divide by 20, so that was how many you actually got out of how many were available. That's your percentage as a decimal, right? If you want to see it as a percent, I multiply by 100, and that tells me you got a 75%. It didn't like that. Okay. Bad calculator. That's how you get a percent. So now you have two numbers. You want to know the percentage killed with ivory compared to total number killed. Explain how you figured out this number. Now you're going to the next part. From all three sites surveyed, what was the total number of tuskless elephants? Come back up. You're looking for any of them that say tusklessness. And you're adding up all those numbers. Got it? Those numbers. How many is those numbers? What percentage is this? Why did they kill those without the tusk? Think about it. Answer that question. 4, explain how you got your percentage, is what it's asking for. 6, what is the difference? What does that word difference mean? It means I'm going to take those two numbers and do what with it? Why do you think there's a difference? What is the primary reason people seem to be poaching these elephants? That gets you all the way through the front side. You should have gotten there easily by the end of class. Now, this one. This graph is a little bit confusing. What they're trying to say, this is a region that has very little poaching. This is a different region, a different population, not the same population, not a same population at a different time. This is a different population in a different part of Africa. Got it? Two. One's over here, one's over there. Okay. So what is being described by this graph? So read along the side right here in two different areas. The amount of elephants that have what in two different areas. This is just telling me that this area is counting only those that were 20 years or older. This is counting all the elephants, all the female elephants in this area. 2 different areas. What does each bar mean? So what does the bar on the left mean? What does the bar on the right mean? What does this mean? So if there is no poaching, so this is the most like normal. If there is an area of no poaching, what do we see? So we see very few females without tusks. That means the majority of them do have tusks. So what does that mean about tusklessness? Is it common? Is it not common? What causes an elephant to be tuskless? I'll tell you right now, you cannot take out the tusk of an elephant and not kill it. So it is not because someone removed the tusk somehow. You rip out their tusk, it kills them. So what other reasons might cause an elephant not to have tusks? Okay, so the last one's a prediction. What do you think is going to happen as far as the number of animals that have tusks? Because people are killing off those with tusks in the heavy poaching areas. The majority of those with tusk, maybe 50% with tusk, are going to be heavily picked on. What do you expect to see as far as a percentage of those with tusk to happen? That is the end of part 1.